fear is palpable in sections of Carolina and neighboring states ravaged by the recent passage of Hurricane Helene last week. One Jamaican in the diaspora spared the most of the diaspora spared the worst of the disaster, is urging patience among locals trying to contact their loved ones in the impacted states. He, however, shares concern for other possible disasters, citing global warming dangers.
Some 30 people have been confirmed dead in North Carolina, with locals and the authorities expecting the numbers to rise in coming days. This following the passage of Category 4 Hurricane Helene last week. Michael Jones, a Jamaican living in that state, was spared, but notes others were not as fortunate.
So far as of today, this morning in the AM, we had 30 plus. We have 30 deaths in North Carolina. Unfortunately, because we have so much that are still unaccounted for, the death toll will rise as soon as they get to these areas that are impossible and unreachable for right now. So unfortunately, the news in that department is not good.
It's not the first disaster he's witnessed since living in North America, but he notes a trend.
Over the last 3 years, it has been devastating. More frequency in places that are not accustomed to having this type of disaster.
All around him, he's flooded with the scenes of destruction and death. He's urging patience for Jamaicans at home trying to make contact with their loved ones in the U.S.
Be patient and continue to pray, because that's the only way we get through things in disaster. But they are definitely a lot of volunteers, people, boots on the ground. It's just going to take some time to get to some of the locations because of the transportation problems, so with the roads. But be patient. Each day is getting a little better. We're getting a little bit more communication.
Over in Florida, he says many of his relatives managed to stay dry, adding there's a massive cleanup drive taking place there. With talks of more storms and growing fear among the people, he points to the suspect behind this mayhem.
Global warming is real, and that the storms are changing location of where they hit. So places where normally have not seen certain things are experienced them now. So if there's nothing else you've noticed, I think everyone should take aware of how hot it was this year. And that's the big change that we have noticed along this world that we're living in right now. So we got to pay attention to global warming.
Meanwhile, the overall death toll spanning several states owing to the disaster has been over 116, according to international reports, with hundreds of people still missing. Nika Lewis, CVM News.